Hi all, right back with more Normandy, the beginning and the end, using the Alone in the Storm solo expansion, playing the first scenario, patrolling the front. This is going to be my part 8. Okay, so I just copied that bit across. I'm back for a bit more. Um, so it's the AI's turn, but we kind of know that they're going to. Because activation, I mean, they've got this still to activate that's got 2 actions, and the leader, the officers there, they've got this Bravo company still to activate. Yeah, they're the one that took a hit, and they've also got the intel marker there to activate. So priority wise, but again, it's in here. They do have the rush, so it is here. So they're looking for the first one down here, but you can see there's nothing routed, and there's an AI force with 2 actions. So that's the one that's going to be in it. It doesn't coordinate. It just does it by itself. So this is going to do something again. Um, so what is it going to do then? Okay, let's shove that out of the way. And I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to attack something. Let me just make sure I'm at the right bit though. Yeah. Right, so again, you would normally assign an activity level, but this has still got this high one. I'm just going to stick with that. So that's the force that's going to activate. So we need to find it in order now. Which one is that? K, isn't it? This one, yeah. And yeah, we're going to. Oops. Right, that went right down. Oh, hang on, that's. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this tripod soon. Especially if I keep doing that, Grant. Right. Let's say we're going to just bypass the assault side of things. So, looking for an order here. Now, this is a machine gun and another platoon. They've not. It's not an intel marker. Right. They've got high activity, and it's an offensive. So it's in this section, and they've got full morale. So it's in this one. They're up to 3 hexes from player platoon. Yeah, they're adjacent to quite a few things. So, yeah, admittedly, we would roll a dice and a 1 to 7 it'd be an assault and an 8 to 10 an attack. There are some modifiers there as well that possibly would come into it this time. And that last time, but we're just going to stick with the attack just now for this scenario. So they're going to attack something. So now we need the flow chart. Let's advance. What is it? That's here, isn't it? Yeah, so this is attack flow chart. Now, I kind of skimmed on through this the last time because they did, although they wanted to do an attack, they weren't in range or to be able to do it, so we ended up here and then we just moved them into position. So, but this time, attack, select a target to attack. Okay, and it says down here, the attack target. It's the closest hex occupied by player platoons that may be attacked with MFF. With several options, first choose the hexes with a lower defensive value, then choose a target that may be attacked with a higher FF. If there are still options available, choose hexes with a larger number of objectives for the AI side. If there aren't objectives available, choose the hex occupied by fully non-rated player platoons, all the platoons on the hex with the higher amount of lost steps. Right, that's quite a mouthful. But so let me zoom in here and then look at that. So the closest hex occupied by player platoons may be attacked with MFF. Well, I'm pretty sure this is going to be MFF, isn't it? So it's going to be 10. Yeah, because these are going to join up, aren't they, Grant? Yes, they can join up. So that's 10. And they can attack this hex or this hex or... Well, here's the thing. Can they attack through into that hex? They've got line of sight on that hex, but see if it was the other way about, we wouldn't be allowed to fire through. If these were our guys, we wouldn't be allowed to fire through to that because these were friendlies. Well, this is maybe different, Grant. This is an attack on enemy units. So as long as we've got line of sight on that, can't this be a target? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be this one because this is in the field only. These are in built up areas. So I do believe that these three are possible targets. Well, hang on, that one's now closed out because it's the closest hex occupied by that maybe attack with MFF. This is 12 against now. 12 into a field. I wish that is that on a chart somewhere. This MFF. You would think it should be. Look at that! I found it just like that. That was one of the lucky ones. So this is an advance and defensive movement flowchart. Is it not? Of course it is. It's got to be an attacking flowchart too, isn't it? There it is. There. Right. So for fields are 3 divisor. Clear open hexes are 2, and then you've got 4s and 5s that are dispersed buildings are 4, built up areas 5, woods are 4. So that's all them. So the minimum, we've not got any clear hexes. We're either firing into fields or built up areas. But remember, we've got an attack of 12. So any one of them are an MFF. Any one of them. We need at least 10 attacking in a built up building. We've got 12. So that's fine. So I'm saying all 3 of them are options. It does say the closest hex. So that one's 2 away and these are 1 away. So these are our 2 options now, broken down. If there's several options, first choose the hexes with lower defensive value. Yeah, there you go. So this has got a 5 defensive value, this has got a 3. So that is going to be his target. So now we can actually put no, that's the wrong one. Oh no, is it? No, that's right. So you can actually put this attack marker on here, and then that is going to be our target. So well, hang on, I'm maybe jumping the gun there. Let's come back to the flowchart. So select a target to attack. We've selected our target. Target to attack with MFF without movement. Yeah, we don't need to move and we've got MFF, so that's a yes. So it comes down here. Now remember, right, well, hang on. There's 2 arrows here, John. There's 2 arrows. I'm following the arrows. I'm not swimming against them. So it comes down here and it's got yes and yes, but obviously it's going to depend on these 2 boxes because this is a priority. Is it? Possibly. This says closest hex with player platoons objective first. I've got to assume that does mean that's a priority. It says next hex with player platoons, hex with lower. I think it all boils down to the same thing, so doesn't it? Was this not just what we've been looking at here, the target? Closest hex with player platoons. We've already established that it can attack with MFF without moving. And then the next hex with player platoons, hex with lower divisor, hex with more player platoons. So in actual fact, did I not go down to that one? Next hex with player platoons. No, because it's the closest hex. Nah, I don't know. Getting stumbled again with the flowchart. It's not going to matter, is it? It's going to carry out an AP attack, so it's going to check MFF, and then it's going to want to do an AT attack first if it can. It can't. It can only do an AP attack. So AT attack, no. Art attack, no. AP attack, yes. Perform AP attack. Doesn't matter if it's that one or that one. It's still coming into this box here, isn't it? So they're going to perform an AP attack. Okay, good stuff. Right, well, I've actually got the combat chart there. So, yeah, well, they're just going to attack, aren't they? Probably don't actually need these on here, do I? I'll move them to the side just now anyway. So, this is attacking with 10. Into this hex, and this has got a defensive value of 3. So it's a 10. Now there might be some modifiers that we cut, but that's our fire factor. So we're going to roll on that. This is 2d6. Let's get this rolled. See what we get. 7. So about middle of the road. Remember, a lower number is better for the attacker. So a 7. Just let me put that 7 there on the 10 column, but let's just double check if there's any modifiers. No. Double time target, no. Moving target, no. Automatic fire, well, no. That guy doesn't have the red. It would need to be a red 6. The machine gun's the same, it's black, it's in black. So they don't have the automatic fire. I think, like I say, the Germans, they're not got as many. I think they get 1 per company. So that's a no. AFV and same hex, no. Shot passes through 1 or 2 levels, no. No, it's adjacent, so that's fine. Pre-position target, no. Target on a crest, no. 6 or more steps, no. There's only 3 steps, it's just the 1 platoon in there. No. So there's no modifiers. No modifiers. Anti-tank modifiers, and that's... yeah, none of these apply either. Right, okay. So we rolled a 7 on the 10 fire factor with no modifiers. So he's actually got a 3. That is going to be a 1 hit then, isn't it? So he's got a 3 result. That gets divided by the terrain. The terrain is a level 3, so 3 divided by 3 is going to be 1. So this is going to take a hit, our machine gun, unfortunately. Maybe one of them out there. So he gets a -1 on him. That's 1 hit. And also got to remember that -1 does take away his firepower of 3 now becomes a firepower of 2. So that's it. Now we took 1 hit there, so I think his leader needs to, is he in here? Captain Ryman, is that right? Foxtrot Company, yeah. He needs to take a check. Have a row and yes, to see if he gets. Oh no, hang on, he's not stacked. Does he not need to be stacked with him? I think he needs to be stacked in the same hex. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. Do we really need to go and look that up, Grant? Yeah. If an officer alone is alone in a hex, he's eliminated if an enemy platoon fires. If an officer is accompanied by friendly platoons and these suffer 1 or more hits, either due to an attack or assault, yeah, they do a check by rolling 2d6. But that's only if they're accompanied, yeah. So that wasn't the case there. No, so that's nothing more's going to happen there now. And there's no morale check. You only do a morale check when we lose a platoon, I think. Set losses. Perform a morale check if a platoon is eliminated. Also perform this check for each hit exceeding the original number of platoons making up the company, not counting the officer. So the number of platoons in that company is 4. Yeah, 4. They've all got 4, haven't they? Nah, hang on. Yeah, so perform morale check. Also perform this check for each hit exceeding the original number of platoons making up the company, not counting the officer. So that was 1 hit, and we had 4 platoons. For each hit exceeding the original number of platoons. So that was just 1 hit there. Did that need to be 4 hits for us to do that then? Because if I take a hit again on the next turn, then that only means it's like 1 hit. Yeah, so I'm assuming it must just mean that if we took 4 hits there. Yeah. But I think once you lose platoons, it has an effect on that as well, doesn't it? I'm gonna have to look a bit more into that when it comes to time. Okay, so well, that was quite successful for them. So that's them now. That's them now finished. So we can move. Didn't really need to put them on because they were only going on briefly. This comes away now as well. Oops, the 2 actions, and these are now marked finished. Whether they should have got 2 actions there or not, I don't fully know. But anyway, it's done now. Okay, so back to us. Well, we've only got this 1 platoon still, 1 company still to move. Yeah, so I might as well just push on and at least bring them down here, maybe head towards this part of the building. So, Lieutenant, what's it? Rishk. That's maybe not how that's pronounced, right? That's Lightwood. So I'm going to keep these 2 together, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be on the road though. 5 into there. Did that not work? 1, 2. Into the Lightwoods. 3, 4. Crossing the bocage, but now on the road. 5 down the road into there. Is there any chance of reaction there? No, I would say no. There's no. Yeah, that's crossing through this building hex. Yeah, that's fine, I think. Or did I want to bring? No, I think bring them down there because we've got this company up here. So yeah, okay, move them down to there. And then mark them finished. Now I've got to remember this guy's only got a command radius of 1, isn't he? And I'm going to put another little cube on there to say that we were the last through that. So the machine gun 1, 2, yuck. Yes, it'd be better down the road here. 1, 2 crossing the bocage. I could double time it into there, I suppose. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it'd be 5 to get moved into there. Why not move it onto the road? No, that's fine. Yeah, I'm going to double time it into there then. That's 5 movement. So it's got double time and finished. And then finally the other platoon with a leader. Remember, we want to stay adjacent to that. So what can you do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, you could move down into there. That should be alright, actually. So yeah. 1, 2, crossing the bocage. 3, 4, and then down the road for another 1, 5. And then the leader's going to follow. Okay. Right, well that's you completed everything. Completed all your movement. Well, we are sitting holding. That's 1, 2 objectives. We've got this one in here as well. That's 3 out of the 5. There is this one down here, but I don't know if we could maybe allow somebody to come down here to go and get it. And then there's this one here we're about to get. So I mean, yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see the outcome in the end, I suppose. But if it comes down to like the fact that we've got 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 victory points there, then it means the Germans have really got to batter us about a bit. But like I say, with that double action that they get, I mean, it looks like this scenario they're going to have 2 high activity level markers and 1 medium, so they're always going to have a high chance of 2 of their companies acting twice. Well, it's just quite powerful, isn't it? So maybe we will see that come to our demise after all, actually. And maybe that's why they're not bothered so much about the objectives. Nobody's mentioned any. I thought it was a bit strange that there doesn't seem to be any urgency for them to go and get them. But we'll see. We'll see. Like I say, with the outcome of the whatever that finishes off at. Right. I'm gonna have to take a little break there, but I'll just go and pause, I think. And it's going to be, well, in fact, the last 2 actions are going to be the Bravo Company here, and remember, one of these are going to get a chance at 2 actions as well. So this could end up being quite nasty because they are probably going to fire, aren't they? They're probably going to attack here or here. No, that's is that not Germans? Yeah, that is. But I mean, he can attack there. They can't attack, mind you. There's nothing in line of sight. So anyway, we'll see. I'll just go and pause just now, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, cheers. Right, back to finish this part 8. Been on pause for a little bit there. Okay, so we've all finished. Yes, I've done all the moves. There's 2 forces still to activate for the Germans. So priority wise, well, they've already got an order this intel marker anyway, but I still think we need to decide which one gets activated first. Oh yeah, because they could end up with there's only 1 high activity level, so that does make a difference, doesn't it? So again, we're on the rush part, so we're in this box here. AI force, there's no routed. This time there's nothing with a 2 action marker. Right, so AI force without reaction marker. Yeah, none of them have got a reaction marker. Up to 3 hexes away from an objective hex, not controlled by AI forces, except unoccupied hexes behind AI lines with no power platoons in a range of 3 hexes. Up to 3 hexes away from an objective hex, not controlled by AI forces. Well, actually, 1, 2, 3. This one has, interestingly, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is maybe getting the priority then, but this is strange. I mean, although this one activates first, we've seen it before, it doesn't want to go towards that. In fact, well, it's already got its movement set. What was the other bit of that? Except unoccupied hexes behind AI lines with no power... I see. So... yeah, I guess if we move further on, let's just say we're in this line here, and the US are in this area where they are, and this is behind the lines. I don't think that one then counts. Up to 3 hexes away from an objective hex not controlled by... it's not controlled by AI forces, Grant. Well... hang on then. This one counts here as well then, doesn't it? This one is not controlled by air forces, it's controlled by them. So that's an option for that. And that's an option for that. Oops. I think. So there's 2 there. So that is A4, and then within that, secondary priority rules. Up to 3 hexes away from an objective hex not controlled by AI forces, except unoccupied hexes behind AI lines with no player platoons in a range of 3 hexes. Well, this one's not behind the lines, and there is player platoons within 3 hexes of it. So yeah, so it could be either one there. So looking at the secondary priority rules, hexes reachable with safe movement and or with a greater number of objectives in play. See, that one baffles me because well, this is up to 3 hexes away from that. Is it reachable with safe movement? The thing is, it's not moving there. It's already got its movement orders anyway. And even if it didn't have its movement orders, I don't think there's anything that directs it in that direction. So why is it saying hexes reachable with safe movement and or with a greater number of objectives in play? I don't know. When I keep hitting bits like that, it's really... I was worried that I was going to come across things like that. I didn't think it was... I was hoping this wasn't going to happen to me, but... I don't really see that secondary priority meaning... Well, hang on, maybe I should look in the rulebook in case it's worded slightly differently. This is just on the chart. Let's look at the activation priorities again. Give me a sec. Yeah, so this is it again. Activation priorities. Yeah. And it says there, look down the chart until you find an AI force that meets the conditions of an activation priority rule. Well, there's 2 forces that meet that rule. And it says, if several AI forces meet the same priority rule, the player must consider the secondary priority criteria. And the number 1 in that is, first, check the hexes with a greater number of objectives in play and or reachable with safe movement. That's clear as mud to me. Check the hexes with a greater number of objectives in play. Well, there's an objective in play here. And or reachable with safe movement. Can this one reach that with safe movement? No. It's got a movement of 4. I mean, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It can only move to there. Although it's safe, I mean, safe movement is, I'm assuming safe movement means it can reach it within this turn, within this phase. Now, where does it tell you about safe movement again? It's on the flow charts here. Well, it's on this flow chart anyway, safe movement. Player may not react to AI movement, or player may react with FF up to 6 and hexes with 2 to 3, or up to 9 and hexes with 4 to 5. Well, players, they can't react. Player may not react to the movement, but he's not got the movement to reach there. So, I don't think that counts. I think that's, like, no. The other one is in here. I mean, he can't move into that hex anyway. First, check the hexes with a greater number of objectives in play and are reachable with safe movement. I'm just going to skip by that one. I'm going to leave it here in the video, and if somebody wants to give me an example of how that works, if it works in the situation that we're in just now, then please do so. So number 2 is next. Would it would be, it sounds like the wording in there is not the best. What does it say on the chart? It says AI forces with the highest FF against the closest player platoons. Well, that is going to be this one, isn't it? Yeah. Because this has got the highest FF. I want to say, well, it won't be 6, it'll be reduced by 1 now, isn't it? Because that's only got 5 because it's got a -1, it's got a hit. So it's 11. It's not 12, it's 11. And it's adjacent to this. So yes. So this is getting the priority. Makes sense to me that this gets a high level activity. And again, this should go on these, which it is quite a nice place to put it, but I wonder if I should, why can't you start using it then, Grant? Where is it? Can I not find a better space? Well, to be honest, I can move that box out of the way. We don't need that. Well, it's got some of the counter on it, but, and I could put it up here. So let's do that. So it's at the side of the map here. So let me remove this one and put it, although I think that's coming off now. This was Zopov, who's way up there somewhere. Yeah. Right, not showing you that. So that was Zopov, and this is the one the new one we're putting on is high level. So this is the airborne one. It's Hauptmann, was it Hauptmann Lillenhof. So he's an airborne officer. He's a Bravo as well, isn't he? What was it? Lillenhof. It's airborne. This is going to be further down. There. There he is there. Lillenhof. There we go. So he's got a high level as well. It does avoid some clutter on the map, so that's fine. Okay, so he's got a high level, he's next to move, and what is his orders going to be? Well, I'm pretty sure he's going to attack, isn't he? But well, again, because we're not using assault, more than likely there's going to be attack. So this time, remember, they've got 1 hit, but that's not... Yeah, no, see, it does have a loss. So again, we're high activity. Again, we're offensive. So we are in this section here. But this time, it's platoons without losses. This is reduced morale companies. No. Platoons with 1 step lost. That's what we're in. So it's not this column, it's this one this time. And then, are we up to 3 hexes to a player platoon? Yeah, we're adjacent. So again, it's quite similar, but you can see between that one and that one, they're more likely wanting to do... they're more likely going to do an attack with this because they've got losses. But again, we're going to skip by the assault bit and we're just going to go to attack. I know that's a bit crappy, and I wish I'd started it differently and done it that way, but let's just let's just do it. Okay, so well, we know he's got 11, and he's attacking into... Right, hang on, Grant. You've got your order, but you need to now follow the flowchart, don't you? Yes, we do. And we want the advanced flowchart, which is moved away again. Okay, so because this is 11 and this is the terrain in this one's 5, so it might be different. Well, it's still got MFF, isn't it? MFF, the maximum, is it 10? Oh, it tells you here. Yeah, 10. So it needs at least 10, and it's got 11. So it is MFF. Right, so attack. Select target to attack. Right. We've got the adjacent. That's only one. It's only one he can attack, so it's adjacent. Target attack with MFF without movement. Yes, because we've just proved that it is just, and it doesn't need to move. So again, we're down here. Yeah, no messing about. I mean, it was the target. There is only one target, so we don't need to jump between these two. We are going to appear here, whether it's either one, and we're gonna come in there. So we're going to perform an AP attack again. So you can see these things are reasonably simple, and it's what you would be doing yourself as well. Now I noticed, again, watching the Spanish videos, the guy was rolling for morale right away when they had the high level activity marker. Don't think it says it that way in the rules, but I could be wrong actually. And the thing is, does it matter? Not really. You're following the rules here. We're going to have an attack anyway. Whether we roll this dice and it turns out to be it doesn't get 2 actions or it does get 2 actions, we're still going to do this. So whether he's doing it that way because it is clear in the rules, which could be, or he's just doing it that way because it doesn't make any difference and it gets out of the way and it probably makes it easier to deal with. I'm not so sure. Plus, like I say, I can't understand Spanish, so I'm trying to just watch and pick up some of the words. Okay, so attacking with 11. This time it's going to drop down to the 10 because you see there's not an 11 here. So attacking on that column, 2d6. Oops, get that one out of the way. Number low is better for them. That was a 6, by the way. That was 8. So, maybe not the best, but they did have quite a bit of fire factors. And actually, I think they're getting a -1 because I want to say that was an automatic one in there. The one in red. Yeah, it is. See, this guy's got the 6 in red. So he's going to get a -1 to that. Now we rolled an 8, which I'll just keep down here. So an 8 on the 10 column. Modifiers are no, I'm pretty sure it's not double timed. Yeah, just the bottom thing's the actual objective marker in it. Yeah, they weren't doing double time. That would have been rather silly probably. So no automatic fire, they're getting that. So they're getting a -1 to that. So that takes that 8 to 7, doesn't it? Yeah. No, actually I think they're going to get 6 or more steps as well. They're adjacent, so there's not an issue there. Yeah, so the other one could be 6 or more steps. And I want to say they have got 2 in here, I think. Yes, they do. They have 6 steps. So there you go. Was that silly to have that? Possibly. So that 8 got -2 to it. So it's not a 7 either. It's a 6. So a 6 on the 10 column. Because it was 11 fire factor. 6 on the 10. Oh, we're just getting away with it. Only just. He needed 5 to hit us, didn't he? Right, let me show that a bit better. So 10 on the 6 row is 4. However, the divisor of that hex is 5. So 4 divided by 5 isn't 1. It needs to be 1, and it always rounds down to the next whole number. And the only time it rounds up is when you're calculating fire factors. So, yeah, something to keep in mind. But whether there's times when that might come in or not, I don't know. But anyway, that was 4. So I think that's a miss then, isn't it? That's enough for him. So that's good. Okay, so now we need to check his morale, which is 8. So he's going to roll to see if he gets 2 actions because he's high level activity. And that's 2d6 roll. So an 8 or less. And he does indeed do that. So I'm pretty sure it's just going to be on our attack here, isn't it? So he gets the 2 actions. Marker again. We then pass over, that's their, hold on, stop. He's got these guys too, Grant. See, I've jumped the gun there as well. They should have been given orders before we done this as well. We got these orders, but we're forgetting about this. So hold on. They received an attack order. So what would they have done? Someone that gives the orders. Yeah, it's this one. So well, again, more offensive, rush, and it's high activity. So we're in this section. Now these guys do not have reduced, so these are full platoons without losses. That's a machine gun and the other guy, right? So they're on this. Up to 3 hexes to player platoon. Yes, they are. So again, they want to attack, but they don't have line of sight on anybody. So that's going to be their issue. If we look there, yeah, I sometimes kind of wish these finish markers were different colours. Like, I know I can see it mostly, these are all the US ones, but this one down here, you have to sort of say, well, this is a German one, for instance, If they were different colours. But that's what it is, I suppose. So these guys here, there's no line of sight to this because that's a building hex, that's a building hex. I mean, if this was a clear hex, I would be allowing that. Because even though there's friendlies in there, I still feel that would be fine. If we had friendlies in there, and this was a clear hex, no, I wouldn't allow that. So he's got no line of sight to any of this, any of that. And then up here, I think we protected ourselves from line of sight. Yeah, you can see into these blockage hexes, but you can't see any further than that. So yeah, he's got nothing. Although his action is attack, he's got nothing that he can attack. So again, it's probably going to just come down to the move bit, isn't it, that we had before? Probably. Well, let's see. So attack. Select target to attack. The closest hex occupied by player platoons that may be attacked with MFF. See, I don't think it can select the target here, because it can't attack with MFF. This is the closest. That's what we done the last time, though. We did decide that this was our target because this was the closest, and then moved accordingly. We moved this unit from there into there, didn't we? From there into there. Yeah, and I was forgetting actually. See, when it's a high level activity, does it not automatically do an attack action? Where did I read that again? It says that, doesn't it? No, it's not there. It's quite close to here though. Oh, let me find that again. Yeah, it was this bit here, and I was confused by this, and then I read it in the rules, and it was in one of the examples. And this is to decide the orders, right? We did decide it was an attack. We weren't looking at assaults. But it says here, double order, attack, react. AI forces with a high activity level in their first activation always attack. In other cases, roll 1d10 if there is a chance for the AI force to attack. If the result is greater than 4, all AI platoons attack. Where's this coming from? I mean, so this is notes that double order, attack, react. In other cases, roll 1d10 if there is a chance for the AI force to attack. If the result is greater than 4, all AI platoons attack. Modify die roll by +2 for attacks with MFF. -1 for each player company not marked as finished. located within 3 hexes. If the AI force cannot attack and is not located in defensive terrain, it performs a defensive movement. Yeah, I'm still not quite sure I understand all that. It shows it in the example. Yeah, it shows it in the example there, doesn't it? Let me find that again. It's in here. So it says, so the modified die roll is 5, which is attack react. But according to the table's notes, any force with a high activity level, attack react. Yeah, that must be defensive, yeah. Any force with a high activity level in its first activation attacks, so the order will be attack. I mean, I guess that's before you know if it's got 2 actions or not, but then that talks about double order. Oh, does it maybe mean that because double order as in attack or react, it's always going to attack? Maybe that's what it's meaning, if it's got high activity. This other stuff afterwards about, in other cases though, it's not something I really was like considering. Anyway, where were we? I'm not sure. Well, we're doing this guy. He's wanting to attack, but he can't attack anything. So we were following the flowchart, I think, Grant, or trying to. And yeah, like I said, can we select that as a target? Because the closest hex occupied by player platoons that may be attacked with MFF, it's not. It can't be attacked by MFF. So, but where do we go if we can't select a target here? Where do we go? Select target to attack, and then it moves to here. Target to attack with MFF without movement. I've got to say no to that because I can't attack it without the movement. I can if I move first. So I suppose that must mean we've got to pick a target first. So that's a no. Placed in defensive terrain. So again, does that mean is the target placed in defensive terrain, or are we placed in defensive terrain? He is in defensive terrain, so I see. I think it does mean him, because the yes to that makes sense. Yeah, what it's saying is if it's sitting in not defensive terrain, can it make it says target for safe assault available, but we're not doing assault. So, but however, it's not placed in defensive terrain. So it is placed in defensive terrain. Sorry, my bad. So yes, does it have line of sight with other platoons and may not be attacked with MFF? No, it doesn't have line of sight to other platoons. Although it may not be attacked with MFF, but it doesn't have line of sight to other platoons. So no, defensive terrain available where attack with MFF is possible. Probably, yeah. In fact, I think what they're going to do is move into there, and then that's going to change this guy's orders, I think. So yeah, this is the perfect hex. So that would be a defensive terrain which is available where attacking with MFF is possible, because the MFF would be 10, and 10's good. So that's a yes. Is safe movement available? Well, yes, because all US forces are finished. So yes, so it's going to move to that hex. Okay, so we've done what we've done the last time. So that's now he's going to move into here. Not marked finish, remember, because these have got 2 actions. Now when that happens though, I think this comes off. Let's just check. Or does it stay there just now? Yeah, because that's now going to get a different order because it doesn't want to move there because there's already a force there. And it can't, as an intel marker, move into there. Not sure if it's this bit or not, but here, this is regarding movement, Rule 10, page 22. More than one company / intel marker may have the same movement target hex. Well, this guy, yeah, I suppose he has kind of created... He did create a movement target hex, didn't he? Because he just moved to the hex. Once an AI force arrives at that hex, the target marker for any other AI forces, yeah, that is here then, heading there are removed so that new orders may be assigned. Okay, good. So I was kind of sure that was the case. So now he's moved into that hex, that removes that, and now he's going to have to get given a new order because he can't head for that hex. Good. Okay, well, that's that moved. That's both of them moved, but they've got 2 actions. So now there's nothing for the US to do. They've passed, basically. And remember, the AI won't pass. They need to be in defensive mode to start with. That's one of the conditions to pass, and they're not. So we come back to the chart for priority. The priority chart. They've still got 2 forces, but we're going to see that we're going to do this one again because it's got 2 actions. So we're going to activate Bravo, the Airborne Bravo Company again. So I'm going to move this. This is going to come away now, again. And this time they're both going to attack, aren't they? Hey, now, hold on. They can join up this time. It's a fire group, can't they? So I think that's going to happen. Right, hang on though, hang on. We know they're the priority. No, surely they're just going to attack that. And they're in separate hexes. Yeah, I need a fire group. Let's have a look at this. Give me a second. Right, I think I should tell us in here. I might have skipped by this. So during the game, you may attack with your platoons following the standard rules, with the sole exception that AI side intel markers cannot be attacked. They must be identified first. For AI side attacks, all standard rules apply, but some additional rules must be taken into account. When the K orders chart shows the word attack, well, because we should still look at this. It is the one company, Grant, even though they're in different hexes. So in actual fact, I looked at this twice. This should be looked at regarding the company, shouldn't it? So the whole company does have, well, oh man, I don't know. Is that right or not? Because when I done this one, they had the loss of 1 step, so we went in this column. And then the next time I went in this column because they've got no losses at all. But should I have been looking at that twice? Yeah, because they're separate. They're separate, aren't they? They're not stacked together, so... I mean, right now, both of them are wanting to do an attack. One of them's going to be this, because some of them have not got losses, and they've got up to 3x away. And okay, they would maybe assault, fair enough. And this one has got 1 step loss, and it's wanting to attack as well. So they both want to attack. Let's read on with this. So if it shows attack order is given, first check the attack order flow diagram. If the order is confirmed, mark the AI force with an attack orders marker. Additionally, attack orders may also be issued after checking the advance. Right, okay. In either case, the AI force is marked with appropriate orders marker. Well, yeah, but see, what I'm struggling with there is, I think, is before, when this was here, this is a whole force, I mean, I understand this is a company, this is classed as an AI force, or is it? Am I getting that wrong? Is this a force and this is a force? They're both getting activated at the same time? Because this as a force cannot, well, yeah, we did come to the conclusion this was going to attack as well, but you can see that cannot attack. It needs to actually move. Yeah, I'm not clear about that at all. I mean, I think I'm coming to the right conclusions in the end, but I'm just, it's not reading clear to me. For AI-side attacks, you must define the following details. Fire groups. Which platoons will combine their firefighter to perform the attack? Target hex. And then the type attack. Once you place order markers... Right, hang on a second. Yeah, I suppose it does keep it right here, because it says once you've placed all order markers, attack markers included, you must determine the fire groups. All AI in command platoons in a single company located within 1 hex of each other must combine their fire factor to form one single attack. Yeah, so what we should put down here, I think, is we should put an attack marker on this guy, and then his target here. You know, I mean, you don't need to do this, but... And then we should put an attack marker on this guy. And then the same... that's not the right one. Attack, what is it? Yeah, it's that one. And then that should go in here as well. Right, so that's us gave our orders. Right? Now... Again, the leader, he could get a separate order, because a leader can't do anything about attack. I'm only going to use a leader now for if there's any rallying to do, right? Because I don't quite understand the rest of that. So we're just going to leave it. If there's rallying to do, then the leader will do some of that. So then once we've done that, it says once you've placed all order markers, attack markers included, so there's the orders, there's the attack markers, you must determine the fire groups. All AI in command platoons in a single company located within 1 hex of each other must combine their firepower to perform one single attack. So they're both going to join up and do their attack, right? We don't need these. But that's just to show you, I think that's what should happen. Now, last turn, when this was here, then this would have been placed on there and this would have been placed on there. However, this could not do that. And it done a separate action. Although it wanted to attack, because it's within 3, it's nothing to attack. So it went down the flow chart and ended up moving into there. So I think that was fine. So I'm going to just take these off, because we know that both these are going to join up and attack this hex. Right. And I think we can now just go ahead and carry this out, can't we? Yes, we can. Okay, so we need the combat chart, and well, let's see what we've got this time, because we've got, see, not got the red 6 in there. He does, doesn't he? So that's giving the semi-automatic. So there's 11 in this hex, because 1 took a step loss, remember, and then there's another 10 here, so it's 21 attacking there, and this is a 5 divisor value, so 21. It's got the semi-automatic. There's 6. Hold on, did one of these not take a hit? No, we got away with it. So there is 6 steps still in here, because if one of them took a hit, then there would only be 5 steps, wouldn't there? So there's 6 steps in there, and there's automatic fire. So this is pretty bad for us. And there's 21 points coming in. So, well, let's roll the dice first. Oh, that's pretty good for us then. But I think with the fact that they've got 21, so we get a 10. We got a 10 on the die. I think there's going to be a -2 to this. It's not double time. Yeah, we've already looked at this before. So they're getting automatic fire, so that's a -1. And there's 6 steps, that's a -1. So that 10 becomes an 8. Right, and then on the 21 column, you can see there's not a 21 column, so it's a 20 column. Going down to 8. Oh, I thought we were getting away with it. Look, we're not. There's going to be a hat. On the 20 column, with an 8, it is 5. Divided by 5, so it is going to be 1 hat. So they did, yeah, that was a good roll for them. So that's pretty bad. So, now we don't get to pick who takes this hat, even for ourselves. It's just random. Doesn't really matter. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3 and the guy on top, 4, 5, 6 and the guy at the bottom. I'm just going to roll this off camera. I rolled a 3, so it's going to be the guy on the top, isn't it? Yeah. So I'll now actually put him. You know what? It doesn't matter. They're both. Well, actually, it did. He's got the red 4 for the. Well, we're not doing assaults anyway. So it's this guy takes a hat. So step loss for him. That's not a step loss marker. Right. So he takes a hat. And the other guy's okay. Now we've got to roll for the leader as well. So there was 1 hat dished out. So we rolled 2d6. Take away 1 for the hat. Basically, it needs to roll a double 1. So 7 minus 1, 6. The result needs to be 1. So you needed to roll a double 1 there. And it gets reduced by the number of step velocity hits that were taken. So there was 1 hit taken. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I mean, that's pretty quick when you can see this can go quick. It's just, I'm just stumbling on things that, I don't know, whether I should be stumbling on them or not, I don't know. But these guys are now finished, I think. Yeah, they've got their 2 actions. And this one's not going to get 2 actions, remember, because it's going to get the medium activity level marker that was left. And yeah, I just got that to do. I'm at an hour. I don't think he's going to move some. No, I will just stop it though. I'll stop it and yeah, I'll come. I think I'll come straight back because we did get moving there. But I'm not 100% sure what that guy's going to do. He did have orders to move to there, so now he's going to have to change that into something else. Right, okay. Well, that ended quite... Well, it didn't end well for us, but I'm just talking about understanding the game, really. I'm not talking about the fact that they hit us with something. I just mean that I'm just coming up against things that are causing me trouble here, but... okay, I'll wrap this one up. And hopefully come back for another little bit, actually. Yeah, I'll just copy this across first, I think. And I'll come back for another wee shortly. Okay, cheers.